So, why don't you tell us about how you found out about the club?
Sure. So I was a member of the WCA back in high school, and I did a number of day trips. At the time, I was really getting into whitewater canoeing in particular, and someone who didn't have a car, they actually took me out on trips, and we just recently moved back to Toronto from Halifax, and WCA is a place that I knew, a club that I knew would help us do outdoor activities, so we decided to join up.
Okay. And?
So this is my first time joining WCA, and for me it was an opportunity to meet other people who are paddlers and see what's going on. We're new to Ontario, so figuring out where the trips are happening, who's going when, are people carpooling, can we meet up with people there, and maybe getting us out of our comfort zone a little. We tend to go to the same place all the time, and so it's been great just to even see where are people going and to have a network that we could tap into. We wouldn't be here at Minden this weekend if it wasn't the annual fall gathering, so it got us here.
Right. Yeah, I would say one of the good things is we've got a real diversification of trips, right? I don't know if did you look at our calendar?
Yeah.
So it's anywhere from one day, 1 week, weekends, longer trips, anywhere from urban kind of century kind of things to long-term and high Arctic kind of trips kind of thing.
So this is our first time joining a WCA event since we joined last spring.
Okay.
But even still, I've been talking to people at work and talking to some of our friends about, hey, there's a trip on the Rouge and it's beginner and it's flat water. You should join. You should think about getting involved. You can tell that there's different trips for different abilities and different lengths of time, and I think it's pretty accessible. I will say today at this gathering, we got a chance to see different cooking methods when we're out canoeing, and we got to learn about the library, which I just found out about, and I think is pretty awesome that we can actually borrow.
So explain that. What is the library?
So there's a lending library, and you can borrow maps, but importantly, you can also borrow cookbooks, so you can figure out, okay, well, what are we going to have on our next trip, and explore some new recipes. So it's a great idea to have a lending library.
One of the things is we have a lot of experience, so once you start knowing people, you can tap into and say, okay, I'd like to know the Moira. What do I put in? What do I take out? Where do I park? What do I do?
Right. Yeah,
right?
I've seen, and even on the website, some of the trip notes, the stuff that are available through the WCA. And we've actually run into WCA groups on the river.
Yeah, when we've been out on our own.
Yeah, a couple times. So, it seems like,
Can I ask you your skill level? How would you classify what you do?
I used
and
to
what
be
you can
a whitewater canoe instructor, and I guided trips for Camp Candelore for about 6 years. So I guided month-long canoe trips and was a wilderness first responder and swiftwater rescue technician. But all that's expired. I've actually, since sort of.
But I mean, you had real experiences. This is when you were like 18, 20.
Yeah, 18, early 20s.
So you were like a little, what's it called? Not a camper, but guide or something.
Canoe trip guide.
Canoe trip.
Candelorian.
Yeah. So I've still done month-long canoe trips with friends, and but it has been harder and harder to find people to go with. So trying to tap into whatever networks are available to get out for a day or for longer.
And on your side?
So is that me? No, that's somebody else. So I'm an intermediate whitewater canoeist.
Okay.
And learning, lots to learn. I've not done many trips, and so part of the attraction of WCA for us is to have access to people who are doing trips and get to be a part of that network, because really it is just the two of us. It can be hard to find people to go with, and it's nice to be able to tap into other people who are comfortable on whitewater, who are comfortable on longer trips, so it's part of the reason we joined.
One of the things, I don't know if you're aware of this, but as a member, you can launch your own trip.
Yes.
So when you get an idea in your head, I'd like to, do one day on whatever, the Rouge, you just launch it.
Yeah.
Could be in your neighborhood, could be anywhere, or it could be a weekend trip or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's an advantage, because now you are creating the trip that you want to go on, and
getting people to join you.
Yeah. And people will come.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's all very good.
All right.
So have you done any trips with the WCA yet?
No,
any
not
actual
yet.
multi-day trips yet?
This is the first thing we've done.
New.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask, what type of trip is ideal for you guys? What would you love to see at a WCA trip? What would you love to see? What kind of trip? How long?
Yeah.
How short?
I mean-
whitewater, mix of whitewater and flat water.
Like we do trips, just we haven't done them with the WCA.
I mean, for me, when I joined it back in high school, it was actually an opportunity to do whitewater day trips.
Right.
So that's something that is logistically easy, and it's important to find people who have the right skill set and can act as the appropriate safety. So that's one thing I'd be hoping for from the WCA, and then potentially longer trips. 5-7 days. I think
Yeah.
for the really long trip, you probably want to get to know who you might be going with before committing to like a month or something. But sounds like there's a network and people get to know each other.
Yeah, the day trips and weekend trips are important for the safety aspect, and also sometimes you can't take that chunk of time off work, and sometimes you just want to be able to keep your skills up. So if there is a day trip, that's something that's really accessible. It's easy for us to say, yeah, let's do that. And
Plus, it also helps for a shuttle,
yes,
right? You
yeah,
need another car, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the issue with
Yeah.
rivers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ideally.
yeah.
Any other topics you can think of?
Well,
that was very good,
we
guys.
talked
Really
about
good.
trips. The other thing I would say
Education.
Yeah, education.
We touched on the library. Right?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking
And she touched on
in the winter months, like we have pool sessions.
Oh, that's what we
actually
were looking for.
Yeah,
Stuff, but-
that's why I'm here with the kayak. That's actually
Okay.
the thing. That is my mission for coming here.
Okay.
Was to figure it out.
if there's pool sessions anywhere.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
So Bill Ness
Yeah.
typically puts them on, and they last about 10 sessions,
Well,
and they're like a nominal fee of $40
Yeah, yeah.
or something.
And where
are they?
Tell you what. So go ahead and
Yeah.
tell yourself. But later I'm going to ask, would pool sessions be of interest? And then they can explode.
Okay.
Let's go there. But
We're rolling, right?
right now, it's rolling, yeah.
So do you know there's pool sessions available? in
That's
the winter months?
amazing. Pool sessions is exactly. That's why we're here. We actually want to find out what we can do during the winter.
Yeah, so it's pretty nominal, $50, $40, something like that for 10 sessions. And you get to practice rolls and stuff like that, or braces for canoes. I mean, you could roll a canoe, but it's full of water, of course. But kayak is the way to go, right? So we've done that.
We were
last 10 years
looking,
or so.
like, just gonna wander around and ask if people
Yeah.
knew about pool sessions,
So
because we've been
the
Googling
best
it.
way,
It
just
hasn't
look at
worked.
the calendar going backwards, and you'll click on it and say, "Oh, pool session."
Okay. Where are they typically?
North York area.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I haven't gone for a few years, but I seem to remember it was North York area.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, I was
Local
Googling
pool.
around and
It's kind of a
Trying-
killer when it's freezing outside, but
yeah. Well, the pool's warm, but
in addition, Bill Ness, when you open his garage, he's got like 16, boats all hanging up every each way. So he'll lend you a kayak. Try
Really?
this. Try that.
Oh,
try
during
that,
the pool session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a small.
So-
Bill,
solo
we
boat.
know Bill Ness's name because on all
Right.
the emails it's always Bill Ness.
Right.
And we were actually at Palmer Rapids one day and we saw a WCA group and we said,
Ness?
"Oh, are you Bill Ness?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm Bill Ness." And so Bill, it seems like he's a
been around a long
pillar
time,
of the
yeah.
community.
Bill Ness joined the club in 1976,
Wow.
in the second year that
Yeah.
WCA was in operation.
Oh, wow.
And he's 70 years old today.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's about the 46th year. It really started in 1973,
Yeah.
I think. Yes,
The year I was
1973.
born.
Yeah, and it really got rolling 74, and it was just a few people.
Yeah.
And it's sort of morphed. We're at 491 right now, members.
Okay.
So it's good.
Yeah.
We have members, roughly 60 members from the U.S.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
We've got 7 members from Europe.
well, so people who like to come and do canoe trips
Yeah,
in Canada.
we got 2 Germans.
Yeah.
And what happens? They come to Canada in the summer and do a week-long
that's great.
trip,
Right.
or or a 1 month long trip,
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking to one of the guys